thinking about doing a small Christmas tree with a candy cane theme, so I found this beautiful and nice little ribbon. And I also found this little tree topper at Hobby Lobby. But it's fun and it goes with the theme, but I want something a little bit more. So what I'm going to do is put a ribbon around the base of this tree topper, so I make it a little bit more interesting. And to do that, since this is going to be the main ribbon in my Christmas tree, I don't want to use that in my tree topper too. So to do that, I'm going to use this little nice ribbon with the nice snowflakes. I think these two will go very well together. So let's get started. If you watch my other tree topper video, you know that I make a tree topper from looping. And we're going to do the same technique, but in a little different way, since we have the tree topper to work around, and we need 5 pieces to get around in a circle. So let's start cutting. And this ribbon has this adorable snowflakes. And I want the red snowflake, of course, since this is a candy cane theme. So I'm going to cut the ribbon in the middle of the silver snowflakes. As I said, I need 5 pieces, so we're cutting 5 pieces here. 3, 4, and 5. We're going to use a wire. This is a thin wire, since it's a small tree topper and it's going to be a little tricky to get together. And we use about 13-14 inches. It's always better to cut off than to have too little. Fold it like the other tree topper, around 1/3 of like this. We take the first ribbon, pull the loop together, and I want this snowflake to be as visible as possible. But since this is quite a small tree topper, I don't want the loops to cover all the details on the tree topper. So I fold this together, have a good overlap so that I can work with. Push it together like this. See how it looks on the front. I want a little bit more like that. Perfect. Take my wire. Oops. Pull it through. It doesn't matter if I use the short or the long end right now. Pull it through. Since this is the first one, I want to secure this properly, so I'm going through once again before I twist, like this. This time I took the longer wire. So, pull it hard through and twist it together like this. Now let's see what we have here. Our first loop. Well, I think this looks a little bit like what I want here. Oops. So, put it like this, you see we get the candy cane color effect, but we get a little bit fuller tree topper at the bottom here. So I think this is good. Let's continue. Take the next ribbon, fold it together, a good overlap, push it together like this. It. This time I take the longer wire, pull it through, and since I want the wire to go around this base and I want it even, I need a little space in between my loops. Not much, but a little. Not so much that my ribbon will go apart, but enough to give me a little space in between. Like this. Steady and secure. I have 2 loops. We continue. Now, here I have my string of loops, and as you can see, this is a nice little string. I want some tails to my tree topper, and to do that we need a little bit more ribbon. I don't want these extremely long because the Christmas tree in itself is going to have ribbons, and I still want to use this one, so I'm going to cut around this little snowflake like this. Going down, you can move that away for a while. We're going down here like this. I'm going to cut once again the tails around the snowflake. Now the red snowflakes are the dominate snowflake. Remove that. Take the next one here. I need 2 red snowflakes, so we're cutting here. Like this. This is a little small space right now. Here we go. 1 cut snowflake. This is a small Christmas tree, so it's not that much space on top of it, so I think I'm going to go with 4 tails like this. Now we need another wire, not so long this time, about 4 inches. Now we have our tree topper and our small wire. And we are going to put the wire around the base of the tree topper and twist. This gives us something to work with. And now we take the first one, fold it and let it go over the side. Fold the wires, twist them, and pull them around to the other side of the tree topper, like this. And there you can twist them. Makes it a little bit more secure and easier to hold. Like that. Here we have the first tails. On the other side, same thing. The tails between the 2 wires. Push it together and twist. I twist them a few times so they are really secure. And here we have 4 tails on either side of the tree topper. I'm going to cut the edges here of the wire and pull it underneath so it's not visible like this. Now back to our loops. Here we have our loops. As always, we have the wire in the last loop. We're going to put all the wire loops, all the loops around here. I push it down a little bit. But this time I'm not going to connect with the first loop since I want this to be around the tree topper. Instead, I am pulling my wire underneath all the loops, one like this, on top of my tail, but underneath my loops. And you can, if you want, you can pull them about 2 or 3 times so it's secure. When I get back to the small wire, I just twist like this. Now we can cut this. We can get rid of it. Oh, I want the snowflakes as visible as possible. I don't want my loops in a single row, so I like to twist them in little different directions. And here we have a tree topper with loops and 4 tails.